Hello everyone, I'm Mary, one of your librarians in the Cape May County Library, and I'm going to walk you through our brand new website that is specific for the children's department of the library. Here you can find information about everything at the library relating to kids, like events, recommendations, resources, and so much more. To start, we're going to be at the library website, which is cmclibrary.org. And to get to the kids page, we're going to click on the kids logo right here. You can also get here by going to kids.cmclibrary.org. Now, as you can tell, it looks a lot like the main page of the regular website. If you need a reminder on what page you're on, you can always look up here at the logo. The kids logo will be at the top of the kids website. And now everything that you see is kids related. So now if we click on the events calendar, it'll show us just the kids events. If we want to get back to the regular website, or if we want to go to the teen website or the Technology Learning Center website, we could click on these logos right here. We still have our handy dandy search box up here. If it's toggled over to books, it'll search our catalog, and if it's toggled over to the computer screen, then it'll search the website. Everything on the grid right here is, of course, kids related stuff. You can click on something to learn more about it, and then there's a button down here. So this one, you need to register for it, so the button says register here, and if we click on it, it'll take us to the page where we can register. If there's no registration needed, it just says more info, and then you can click on it and get more information about it. Now let's go back to the website. We'll click this little X up in the top corner. Ta-da! We also have our menu button up here. It looks like the menu button on the regular website, but because we're on the kids website, it's going to have everything kids related. So let's go up here and click on it. And then we have our three sections right here. We have About the Library, Borrow, and Help, which is the same thing on the main website, but of course everything is geared toward the kids department now. So let's hover over About the Library. First, there's Events, which is the same thing as clicking on the events calendar. There is Get a Library Card, which will take you to the page where you can fill out your information to get a library card. And if we click on News, it takes us to a combined feed of all of our social media pages geared toward kids. This is a great way to know what's going on in the library. You can, of course, also follow us on social media. We have a kids-specific Facebook page. We have a YouTube channel for the whole library. We have an Instagram account for the whole library again. And we have some great kid-specific boards on Pinterest that you can follow. And we also have a Twitter account. Now, if I want to go back to the main kids page, I can do that easily by clicking on this kids logo up in the top corner. Now let's go back into the menu right here. And we'll hover over Borrow. First on the list is the catalog, which is the same thing as using that search box at the top of the page. Now let's go to Beyond Books, which is the second option. Beyond Books gives you recommendations for our media collections. This includes our kids' DVDs, kids' music, launch pads, and Wonder Books. In case you don't know, launch pads are tablets that you can borrow that come preloaded with a bunch of games. And in case you don't know, Wonder Books are books that have an audio player attached to them so it can read the book out loud to you. And if you click on any of these items, you can see it in the catalog and see if it's checked in and even put a hold on it. Now let's go back to our menu right up here in the corner and hover over Borrow again. Beyond Books was the second thing on the list and now is New Books. So let's click on that and we can see all the new books. We have it broken down by section. There's nonfiction picture books, which is the fiction ones, and we have our nonfiction books and our chapter books. This is the newest stuff, and just like before, if you were to click on something, then it would take you to that item in the catalog and tell you if it's checked in and let you put a hold on it. Now let's go back to the top and click on Menu again and hover over Borrow, and we were just in the third option, which is New Books, so now let's go to the fourth option, which is Recommendations. These change out every now and then, and they're recommendation lists on different topics. So right now we have Fairy Tales Reimagined and STEAM. Now let's go back to the menu. And we'll hover over Borrow, and we were just at Recommendations, and the very last thing on the list is Ebooks. And this gives you recommendations for kids' books that are available through Overdrive, which is what uses the Libby app, and on Hoopla. If you want any help with Overdrive, which uses Libby, or with Hoopla, you can always give us a call. And if you click on any of these books, it'll take you to that book in the website where you can borrow it. Now let's go back to the menu. And that was the entirety of the Borrow menu, so now let's go to the Help menu. First on the list is Newsletters. This page has newsletters on 3 different topics: a homeschool newsletter, a kids program newsletter, and a school newsletter, which is specifically helpful for educators. So if we click on one, we'll click on the school newsletter, It'll tell us a little about it, and if we want to check it out, we can click on the little button there. And it'll pull it up. You can download the PDF, you can print it, you can just read it right then, you can do whatever you want to do. We update the newsletters quarterly and just give you a few highlights so that you can know what's going on. Now I'm gonna close this tab that I opened, and I'm gonna go back to the menu and hover over Help again, which is the last option. And the next thing on the list is Parents and Teachers, and we'll click on that. And here are a few things that could be helpful if you're a parent or an educator. First, we have Request a Book Bundle. It's just a form that you fill out saying, I would like some books for my kid on this topic. And then we pull some for you, and then you can come pick them up at the library. Next, we have Request a School Visit. This is, of course, for educators. This is a great way for you to say, hey, I'd like for you guys to do a virtual visit with us, or when everything is back to normal, I'd like you to come to my classroom, or we'd like to come to the library and visit you. We love school visits, and we really miss doing them. So I highly recommend at least signing up for a virtual school visit this year. And next on the list is text and email services. You can fill out this form if you want updates about our events, or specifically about our story times, or if you want to get a weekly early literacy tip. The early literacy tips are just little ideas of what you can do with your kids to help them get ready for reading. Now let's go back to the menu and hover over Help. And the next thing is Research. This is a page full of our databases specifically geared toward kids. We have some really great databases. If you want to learn more about them, you can watch our instructional videos playlist that's on YouTube. Now I'm going to just close this tab. And if I want to go back to the main page of the kids website, I will click on the logo. And remember, if you want to go back to the main library website or go to the teen page or the Technology Learning Center page, you can use these logos right here. And the new kids website is mobile friendly, so you can easily use it on your phone or tablet. And remember, if you have any trouble or need any help, you can give us a call at 609-463-6350, extension 300. Thank you for joining me. Bye.